is The Spotlight, where we shine the spotlight on the arts. I'm Kevin Perry, your host for the show, and we have an exciting show that's planned for you today. As a matter of fact, this is actually the show that I enjoy the most. It gives me an opportunity to talk to some seniors, graduating seniors, about their career in the arts here in St. Lucie Public Schools and why it was so important to them and their success as students. And I'm joined by 8 of the most talented students that you will ever meet here in St. Lucie County, who have had an awesome time participating in band, in choir, in drama, in the arts, in orchestra here in St. Lucie Public Schools. And they're going to share just a little bit about their experience and why the arts are important to each of them and what their future plans are. And we're hoping that after they graduate from college, that they'll come back and share with us again. And we're going to take time to have them introduce themselves to you. And they're going to tell us their name and the school that they attend and the arts-related area that they participate in. And Casey, we're going to start with you.
Okay. My name is Casey Janiszewski. I'm a senior at Fort Pierce Central High School, and I am in the drama department.
Okay, Justin?
I am Justin Lovejoy. I play cello for the Lincoln Park Academy Orchestra, and this is my 12th year there.
Thank you. Brandon?
My name is Brandon Pasquance. I go to St. Lucie West Centennial High School, and I participate in the band. I play tuba.
Okay, Jam?
My name is Jan Fernandez, and I go to Fort Pierce Westwood High School, and I participate in auxiliary.
Okay, Javon?
Hello, my name is Javon Osborne. I go to Fort Pierce Westwood High School, and I participate in the band and play alto saxophone.
Okay, Journey?
My name is Journey Velez, and I attend Port St. Lucie High School, and I'm in the drama department there.
Jewel?
My name is Jewel Edwards. I attend Lincoln Park Academy, and I'm in the choral department there.
And Terry?
My name is Terry Sidney. I go to Fort Pierce Central High School, and I participate in band and chorus.
Band and chorus. I think Javon is in band and chorus down there on the end too.
Yes, sir.
That's correct. Now, I also know that this is the first time that we have had an orchestra student on the show. So Justin, we are very excited. Journey has been here numerous of times. If you want to see Journey, catch him in the Addams Family, which premieres at Port St. Lucie High School, the Summer Musical Theater Project, on June the 13th through the 17th, Journey?
Yes, correct.
Great, great. And these students have done everything from marching band to concert band to FBA All-State Festival to just being judged in every kind of category there as possible, and they've come out winners. So, Casey, I'm going to start with you. You've been on the show before. So, tell me why participating in the drama department has been important to you.
Well, I feel like participating in the drama department is really important for a lot of kids because it gives them an opening to be more of themselves because no one really judges you there, and everyone's open with each other, and you meet a lot of new people and a lot of new personalities, and it's just a really good life experience.
Journey, you're coming up on your 7th show at Port St. Lucie High School. Why was participating in drama important to you?
Well, I felt that participating in drama helped me find who I truly am. I feel with each character that I play that, I kind of sort of grab a trait from that character that I find, and, it really helped me come out of my shell and find who I am. And, I've gone on so many trips and, seen so many plays, and it really made my high school the amazing experience it was.
Javon, you've been in band all of this time. You've also shared some time in choir. Why was participating in band at Westwood High School important?
Well, it really built my character. It allowed me to really work, and when you're working, it helps you to really create who you are, You see where you're trying to get to, and you guys work hard, and everybody's working with you guys to achieve the goal at hand.
Terry, you've also been in band and choir at Central. Why was that important?
Well, band is different because in your core classes, your math, your English, we're all taught the same thing essentially. But when you get to band, you have the opportunity to be an individual, to actually create a certain character, per se. And there's different aspects of band that you won't find in any other kind of subject, and it really helps you to develop your character, develop your personality, and actually get out there and be somebody.
Brandon, same question for you. Band at St. Lucie West Centennial High School. Why is it so important to you?
It's important to me because going into a band, there's so many people of different racial ethnicities, backgrounds. Going into band, it's like one huge community full of people working together for the same thing. It's really helped me gain a sense of what teamwork really is and how to be responsible and everything. And it's a wonderful way to get a group of people to come together to work on one goal.
Justin, being an orchestra student, why was orchestra so important to you?
Well, with orchestra, it wasn't so much about playing the music, it was more of feeling what the music was offering to me. Through the last 7 years of playing in an orchestra, each piece that I've ever played always had a different story. Whether it was about romance or a tragedy of a death of a princess, it was a broad spectrum of just stories, and it just helped kind of cope with everything that happens in life.
Jewel, why is choir important to you at Lincoln Park?
Simply because it presents the ideal of family, and I think family is most important in the arts department. So, I mean, the hard work and the determination and the sweat, all of that stuff, it paid off at the end. So, it meant a lot to me.
And JM, auxiliary.
Well, it was a chance to show who I really was. It also helped me build a big family. Not only was I part of the auxiliary, but I was part of the band. You know, without the band, there's no auxiliary. So that helped me a lot. It helps me, every time I do a show or something, it would help me build character each show I'd get.
Great, great. You kind of hear the same kinds of stories going on, whether you're at Lincoln Park, at Central, at Westwood, at Port St. Lucie High, St. Lucie West Centennial. You all have this concept about growing, about developing, about learning more about who you are and what you want to do. And you learn all of that by your participation in the arts. Journey, tell me, what's been your most favorite performance and why?
I would have to say, I'd have to go back to February, my last performance of Joseph in Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. It was a very emotional performance because we were losing a lot of seniors. A lot of seniors couldn't do the summer musical. I felt that show was a show that I really felt that I was Joseph, the character that I played. And that's when, once you get that feeling, you just get chills all over your body. It just was an amazing feeling. And then the very last number is a very emotional number, and everybody started crying on stage, and I felt like it really, passed on the message and the story of Joseph.
Javon, what's been your most favorite performance and why?
I think my most favorite performance was this year when we had all the bands in St. Lucie County come together and we were playing Stand By Me. I forgot what the name of the event was called, and we're doing it again this year.
Marching Band Showcase.
Yes, the showcase. That was one of the best moments, hands down. You to see all the bands come together and really show off the arts in this community. That was the best moment.
And who got to direct that number, Javon?
Dr. Perry.
Oh, yeah. It was a great moment for me, too, because I was able to use Terry's podium to direct. Terry, since we're talking to you, what's your most favorite performance and why?
I mean, I could agree with Javon since he already took that line. A close second would be actually being in the Fort County Jazz Band, because everyone's from a different school, and not only are you from a different school, but everyone's from a different county. And when you get into that jazz band, band is all about chemistry, and so you have about 3 rehearsals to essentially get to know each other and play together as if you've been playing together for years. And so that really gave you an opportunity to actually adjust it and get to know each other, get to play well together, because in jazz band it's all about feeling the music. I mean, there's notes and rhythms, but that's about 50% of the music. The rest of it actually comes from us and actually how you interact with the other individuals of the jazz band. So I'd like to say that's my favorite performance.
Jewel?
We were fortunate enough to be able to go to Atlanta this year, and I think our Rhapsody performance was the best moment, and I mean, you could just feel it in the room. So that was my absolute hands down favorite.
Jam.
Well, one of my favorite moments of last year actually was that Night of the Stars, where we got to thank all the teachers with our performance. Not only because I got to thank all the teachers, well, I also had the opportunity to trust all my dance team to catch me when I fell, which was like, wow, I can trust them forever.
Oh, Justin.
I think my favorite performance was this year when we went to New Orleans, and we never placed above silver because we'd always come with a small orchestra, about 8 people. And this was our biggest orchestra to go on a trip with us, and we placed gold, first place, and gold overall for the orchestra. And I was really proud of watching everybody do so great.
Awesome, awesome. Brandon?
Personally, for me, my favorite performance was my school's spring concert last Friday, where the wind ensemble for one of our last pieces, we played Fantasy on a Japanese folk song by Sammy Hazo. And
Tough piece.
very tough piece. And then when we came to the big heartbreak section where the low brass embodied the heartbreak of the American, that was the first time I've ever really truly felt the emotion of the piece. Like Terry said, half of it's actual notes and rhythms, the other half is truly feeling the emotion. And the heartbreak that this ensemble will never play together again like this. And when you finally understand that feeling, it's just a whole new world. And that truly made that performance for me.
Casey?
I would say that my favorite performance was last year. We did the musical Once on This Island. I think that one was my favorite because I was a junior that year. So all of the seniors were all leaving and they were all passing everything on to us. And it was really emotional for everyone, especially with that musical because of the concept of it. But just like the thought of all the seniors leaving and then giving it to the juniors and having us like be the new them, it was just really like it was nice, but it was very hard for everyone, and it was a good experience.
It is amazing when I listen to all 8 of you speak that you're in different schools for the most part, and you have the same kinds of experiences and the same kind of replies to the question when it could be very, very different. Both Journey and Casey talked about passing the torch. Justin told us about how it was amazing to see how this group comes together. So did Brandon and Jewel as well. You learn a lot from participating in the arts. As Terry and Brandon said, it's not just about the notes and rhythms on the page. It's about that emotional feeling. It's about that connection. What do you think that you actually learned from participating in the arts? And it could be a life lesson. It could be about life. It could be about performing. It could be about teamwork. Any of those things. What do you actually think that you learned? Who wants to start? Javon, go ahead.
From the arts, I really learned how to be a leader and a team player. You know, you have to be both at times in whatever art you're doing. You know, there's times where you have to step up and be a leader and have your part, but there's also times where you need to be a team player and work with everyone and make sure it's not that you're building yourself in your art, but you're building others as well.
Cool, cool. Who's next? Go ahead, Jam.
Well, I learned through the arts that you should be yourself no matter what. There's always going to be obstacles and people who are going to try to knock you down, but you should always continue forward and prosper.
Terry.
From the arts, I learned professionalism and actually nonverbal cues. So day to day, we deal with a lot of people, and the arts teaches you it's not always what you say that affects the people. Because you can play something to somebody, but if you're not feeling that music, they're not going to feel it also. So it's your body language, your facial expressions, the different things you can do to communicate the message across. That's really what I learned from the arts.
Journey?
I would have to say that I learned from the arts that there's always room for improvement, no matter what. Every day you could be bettering yourself, whether it be, playing an instrument, singing, acting, dancing, no matter what. I learned that, this takes a lot of hard work, and, with hard work it comes, passion, and you have to have a drive for it. And I think it taught me how to organize myself and organize my time to balance everything and, kind of make it one, with the academics and the arts and everything else.
Brandon?
One thing I learned from the arts is, how to truly be sympathetic and empathetic, how to really get in touch with my more vulnerable self so that I can convey my emotions more clearly with others around me.
Justin?
I think that one of the things I've learned was overcoming fear. And with performing, the very first time I ever performed, I was terrified. There was an audience in front of me and I had to play what I learned, and over the years, that fear slowly started to dwindle, and then I started gaining confidence and doing more with myself, with music or without music, and in every situation that requires some sort of overcome of fear.
Casey?
I've definitely learned that you find yourself in the art department, and once you do find yourself, there's definitely going to be people around you, especially in the drama department, that are going to try and knock you down. That's not going to be with you, and you always have to learn from your experiences and from everyone's different personalities that you can't trust everyone. But even though you guys are together in a family, you still have to work with them no matter what, even if you don't trust them.
Jewel?
I think I can say I learned hard work, and it's not easy being in the arts program. I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah.
It's not easy. But hard work and learning that for me, my choir members are the most supportive people, and you really have to lean on them. And hard work is all in there. You have to work with them, make sure you're merging with them, you're unified in all that you do, so that when you present your art, per se, it's the best it can possibly be.
You all kind of chuckled when Jewel said it's hard work. I know you guys take dual enrollment, you guys work, you have your family life that you have to balance as well. You have all of these massive rehearsals, long rehearsals. How do you handle it all? How do you handle it all? How do you manage it all?
It's a tough question. I mean, me personally, I would say working in between classes too, like at lunch, like if I had homework I would have to do, I would always do it at homework, or if we had like breaks during rehearsals, I would do that. I had to work around my work schedule all the time, and I'd be calling out of work just to go to rehearsal so I didn't have to miss, and I would I would like pick up shifts too at my job, like over the weekends, and I would work all day, like open to close on weekends, and it's hard, but it's definitely worth it.
Journey? Because I know your schedule, so I can pick on you.
You know, I like how she mentioned how, you know, she's doing homework at lunch, she's doing homework in between breaks. You can always make time for work, whether it be improving yourself in your art or academically. Always, you know, I'm always having to turn down my friends. You know, they're always asking me, hey, you know, let's hang out today, and no, I gotta, you know, do homework, or I have to practice my lines, or, you know, like, let's go watch a movie. And, you know, it just comes with hard work and dedication. If you're dedicated, then you're gonna get it done.
Now, I also know that, raise your hand if you did dual enrollment. Dual enrollment. Raise your hand if you received your AA degree. So Terry and Jewel, I'm piggybacking on that same question. How did you manage taking dual enrollment classes, taking classes at Central and at Lincoln Park, being the drum major, being the student conductor, your family life, your church life, all of those things, and still earn an AA degree and be a leader on campus? How did you manage all of that?
Honestly, it's all about planning and time management. Yeah, some days you have to take it day by day, but honestly, from the start, you have to get ahead. Even though the classes start off easy, that's when you use that time to actually get ahead in your classes. You use that time to get other things done that you don't actually need to get done right away. So it's all about time management, the way you think things through, essentially. So you think ahead, you think about what the next day is going to bring, you think about what the next week is going to bring, and you break it all down, and you see how you can get ahead in the next week and the next day, today. So you do a little bit of everything every day, but you just have to schedule it wisely.
Jewel?
I fully agree. I'm a very scheduled person, so I have a planner. Everything goes down, every rehearsal, every homework assignment. So for me, having it laid out on paper, black and white, that helps me get everything done. And I hate going off my schedule because that's like that keeps me grounded.
You guys chuckled when Jewel said it wasn't easy being in the arts department. What does that mean? Brandon?
It means that it really means you need to get over yourself, and you need to realize that although it's not all about you,
It's not all about me?
it's about what you and your group can do to better yourselves and really put forth an awesome performance for those who are listening or those who are watching. Like, to emotionally connect with them and then convey this story, tragedy, romance, whatever it may be, connecting to them and really conveying the true meaning.
Anybody else want to jump in on that? About it not being easy? Terry, come on.
It's not that the work is it's too difficult. It's well within our reach. But the thing is, the arts, it requires a lot of perseverance. As much as we would like life to be easy, it's really not. And we face a lot of hardships, a lot of adversities, but the thing is, it's not how many successes you have, but it's how many times you get back up from these failures. And the arts teaches you how to do that, so that's what we mean by when we say the arts are hard.
Understand. During your time in the arts, I'm sure that you've had a lot of growth and development. What personal quality do you think is most important to me, or that has really come to the forefront through your participation in the arts? What personal quality? Casey, you want to start?
Sure. Me personally, I would say leadership, especially since this year we had not as many people, because I do mostly crew for drama department. We didn't have as many people committed to it, so we had to work really hard, and we had less people, so all of us had to be more committed, way more committed than we should have been, and so it was really hard. So I would say, me personally, because I had to be stage manager, I had to help with the lights, I had to help with the sound, make sure all the sounds were good, and there's always something going wrong. And so,
but the show must go on.
The show must go on, yes. And especially my teacher, she was leaning on me to keep the students in check so that she could keep the crew in check, so that she could keep the cast in check. And so it was a lot of work, especially because everyone was leaning on me, but it was definitely worth it.
Justin?
One of the things would be I was able to learn more. It would push me to figure out that there's never an end goal. That there's always more to be done even if you finish. For me, I played the cello for 7 years, but of those 7 years, 2 of those years I learned how to play the bass for the jazz band. And I just kept on excelling and finding out that there's more to offer than just one thing. And you could be good at one thing and stay dedicated to that, but you could also do more and open up your horizons to the things that are offered through these other sources.
Brandon?
For me, it would have to be passion. We can all agree that when you're passionate, when you like something, it's a lot easier, but you're also on a higher playing field. You have a higher expectation of yourself, and you expect more. So for me, band is my passion. So I expect higher from myself than I would anyone else. And I'm not happy with that B. I'm not happy with that A-. I only want superior. It's
Superior, the goal. Yeah, we live by that superior. We got Jam.
Well, for me, it would be determination. So, for example, there was a lot of times where, a lot of people weren't being able to come to practice, but the show, as you said earlier, had to go on. Even if you weren't at practice, we would send videos to each other and just continue dancing. It was never gonna stop. It also helped me determine what I wanted to become in life. It wasn't only just at practice, but also my actual life.
Jamon?
I would say for me, it's ambition. During my sophomore year, we didn't really have any French horn players. So, my band director was like, you're pretty good, you have a pretty good ear. So I had to take it up on myself to try to really learn how to play French horn, That was a whole new field for me, going from woodwind to brass. So it took a lot of studying, hard work. But the goal is, it's going to help everybody else. It's going to help the band program. It's going to help us improve, So I think it really takes some ambition, and that makes it worthwhile,
Journey?
I have 3 actually. So I want to say dedication, organization, and passion. If you're not dedicated, then you're not going to get anywhere. You really need to, I like to go on Brandon. Sorry, Brandon. On Brandon. Like he said, because he's passionate about band. I'm passionate about drama. I'm never content with myself. I'm never happy with myself. I'm my worst enemy when it comes to judgment. I'm always thinking I can do better. So with that, that comes with passion. Organization, you have to organize your time on, when you're going to rehearse, on how you're going to fit your life with the arts into your normal everyday life.
Jewel?
Work ethic. It takes a lot of work, and as student conductor, and then on top of that, being president too, it took a lot of communicating and just managing my time correctly and knowing that, it was stressful, most certainly, but I learned how to get everything in order and how to make sure that I worked my way through everything and making sure that not only, my core members are good, but I'm good myself, and and it was always, you gotta work harder, you gotta do better. So at this point, now that I'm, in a sense, finished, I can take that work ethic with me to college. So.
And Terry?
For me, I think it's initiative, but also being humble. So I'm sure we can all relate, but we've had a lot of accomplishments, and people like to tell us how well we do things. But at the same time, you have to remember it's not just you. Without you yourself, you wouldn't be able to accomplish anything. So anytime I get an accomplishment, I like to take it on behalf of the actual band program, the entire program, or on behalf of the school or the county, make sure these people know that without my band directors, without the administration, without the different teachers I've met over the years, I wouldn't be able to do any of this. So humility is a big part of it.
Believe it or not, guys, I've seen all of you perform multiple times. So, and I'd be the first one to admit, I'm a musician. I love the theater. You guys are good. You guys are good. You've represented St. Lucie Public Schools to the very best of your ability. You set the bar extremely high. But as you begin to leave us, I need you to briefly tell me, what does the future hold for you? What are you going to do after graduation next week? And we have a short time for it. Jan, we're going to start with you and we'll work our way down.
Well, right now I'm starting to become a vet. No one expected that from me because everyone's like, oh, he's a dancer, but I also am a vet assistant.
You going to RSC?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
Then after 2 years, I'm going to transfer to UF.
Okay. Brandon?
My personal plans after graduation is I plan on attending the Southeastern University, getting my bachelor's in music education, and hopefully coming back here to teach or start off teaching middle and elementary.
Did you do a promise as a promise?
I did.
Good for you.
Nice.
Good for you.
Congratulations.
Justin?
After high school, my plan is to go into electronics engineering and hopefully, build my own set of electronic instruments.
And where are you going to school?
IRSC.
Cool. All right. Casey?
I will be attending IRC for 2 years, and I'm going to be going into nursing, and I really hope, after all my hard work and everything, if I could transfer to Rutgers after 2 years.
Okay, you guys going to RSC together? Keep up with each other, okay? All right, Javon?
I'm going to Florida State University to get my bachelor's degree in music education.
You coming back to teach here?
Yes, sir.
Did you do a promise as a promise? All right. Journey?
I will be attending the University of Central Florida, and I will be getting my bachelor's in fine arts in musical theater.
Okay. Jewel?
I will be attending Florida A&M University in Tallahassee, Florida, with a major in political science, and then I'll be back down here after I finish my last 2 years to their law school.
Cool, cool. Terry?
And I have the opportunity to attend the Georgia Institute of Technology to major in biomedical engineering and minor in music.
Well, guys, awesome time talking to you. I don't have enough time. I wish I could go on and on. But on behalf of our school board, our wonderful superintendent, Mr. E. Wayne Gent, we want to thank you for representing St. Lucie Public Schools. I'm sure you know that being in the arts, you're really the ambassadors for your school, for the district. Just think of the many times that you went to perform here, that you went to sing here, that you went to dance there, all to represent what's right, what's good, what's best in St. Lucie County, and the opportunities that you have had. I wish you nothing but the best in your future careers. I look forward to seeing you at graduation and shaking your hands. And again, thank you for coming on the Spotlight, where we shine the spotlight on the arts. Thank you for all the wonderful work that you've done. And on behalf of everyone here at the Spotlight, this awesome crew who works with us to produce these fabulous shows and to help bring the performances of these awesome students, thank you for tuning in on the Spotlight, where we shine the spotlight on the arts.